What is going on, guys? Counterfool here with a little Madden tip for the passing game. This pass play I picked I think is the best in the game. First, it's in the Steelers playbook, the offensive playbook, of course. And you're going to go to the gun and pick empty Steeler. You're going to click empty Steeler. You're going to click A. That's the first part. But you're going to click it and your play is all the way to the right away. It's called, I think, Steelers Cross, which you'll see here in a little bit. Like that. You got your slot receivers crossing over, and then you got two streak routes. This is a very deadly play because what I have found is when your receiver and your running back, which is on the left side, your running back's on the left side, and your number one overall wide receiver is in the slot, when they cross, either one of the players covering them gets picked by the other wide receiver, and the other one becomes wide open. So if you need a go-to play on third down and long, there you go. First I'm showing you against man, and then I'm going to show you against defense. Against man it's easy because you only got two players there, so either one's going to get picked or neither of them, but if a linebacker's covering one of them, you should not have a problem throwing to him. If you have an accurate quarterback like Tom Brady, you could put Aaron Hernandez in that first receiver spot. It just depends on the team. I do recommend for the running back that you put a fast one in there. If you're just putting use the Cardinals and use Beanie Wells, it's not going to work. So you definitely want to have a fast running back into that left side slot, and your best receiver for the other side of the slot, or maybe even your fastest receiver, depends on how you feel about your quarterback. I'm using Blaine Gabbert. It's not very accurate with the medium passes. So what I'm showing is I'm showing the base coverage in the 4-3 using the Saints in the man-man coverage, and then I do the dime, which is one linebacker, and there'll be a corner. And if you can find a mismatch with the corner, with the running back, which seems to be a big mismatch, sometimes just depending on the corner and if there's zone corner or press corner, or if you get linebacker on either one of the players that you could be throwing to, it's an instant mismatch. So this whole thing is based on getting that other receiver, one of the receivers, to throw that pick for the other receiver to get wide open, or just having a straight up mismatch out of one of them too, and them having to burn. It also works for a quick 2-minute drill play where you got to get out of bounds if you have no timeouts, which is perfect. You see a lot of the deep post routes to the sidelines; those work too. But there's easy ways to cover those now. A lot of people are starting to become more adapted to that type of play. So having this, it's kind of a foolproof way. If you gotta have someone covering him. If they decide to cover you with their own guy, the other guy is probably going to be open. So it's just a big mismatch. Because, you got actually a lot of options. You could throw it deep, or you could do the crosses. So they're going to control one of the guys in man coverage. The other one's probably going to be open. And now I'm showing you zone here. Zone's a little bit harder. The pass rush might be a little bit hard. As you can see during man, the pass rush was weaker. During the zone, it's a little bit heavier. During the zone plays for the 4-3 package, it seems that you need a lot more time to get open. They'll be closer to the sideline, so you need a little bit more accurate of a quarterback. So it just seems like the zone might, if you see a man-on-man, that's when you want to do this play mostly. But there's another option you use in zone, and that's RB, your tight end usually in this package. If you have a tight end like Jared Cook Jr., Aaron Hernandez, they'll burn the corner. Mercedes Lewis burns, he's going to burn him because it is zone and he's wide open. And as you see when I put in the nickel package for defense, he burns the corner every time. The zone, for the nickel package with the zone, he will burn that corner and he'll be wide open. So you got yourself a third option in the zone. And he's the more quicker and more efficient option when you're playing in the zone. So this is a very, very deadly play here. Like I said, Steelers playbook, you want to pick the gun package all the way to the bottom, the empty Steelers crosses. So it's a very deadly play for your third down plays if you're looking for a simple third down. It's not going to work all the time. In this game, if you can't run the same play over and over and over again, unless you're playing a player that just does not realize that, which you should probably realize that. So, and if they decide, oh, I'm gonna blitz him because he's having a terrible time protecting his quarterback, you could throw it deep. If you have a fast receiver, if you're Oakland, you could just burn everybody. If you're the Eagles, you can run out of the pocket. This play is so versatile because you can either pass it or run it if you have a speedy quarterback. The passing is more likely option because there's 3 options depending on what type of play is being played. So that is it for the